Okay, so far in this final build-up of the jigsaw of invention, we've got two bits, the arc light and Hyatt's billiard ball with its explosive tendencies. The third bit comes next. It started life originally in Vienna through a very odd relationship between an Austrian artillery officer and a rather theatrical gent. The officer was teaching ballistic theory to army cadets in 1853 here in Vienna at the new arsenal. His name was Franz Eucatius, and he'd recently invented a thing to help him teach students about firing guns. It was a kind of projector using a limelight to throw pictures of a cannon on the wall. As he cranked the light round behind a glass disc with the pictures on it, each successive picture showed the ball at a different point in flight. And why Captain Eucatius matters is what happened to his projector. It attracted the attention of one of the three greatest travelling magicians in the world, a fellow called Ludwig Döbler. Döbler's audiences were very excited by his magic lantern shows, and the new Eucatius machine was just what he needed. So he conned Eucatius into thinking the whole thing was worth practically nothing, leaving the captain happily clutching a few florins, and Döbler happily palming a fortune, which he made from his amazing consecutive picture show that soon became the rage of Europe, and, more significantly, the west coast of the United States. It was in California that this guy, Edward Muybridge, took the idea of consecutive pictures one very important stage further. See, Muybridge was an English immigrant, photographer, and close friend of the governor of California, who in 1872 asked him if he'd use his camera to settle a bet he had. Muybridge agreed, and because he was a photographer, he took a shot of the preparation. The experiment took place at the Union Park Racecourse in Sacramento. Did all a horse's legs come off the ground at the gallop? That was the question Muybridge had to settle. So he set up 12 cameras in a row, pointing straight across the racetrack at intervals of 21 inches, and worked by a system thought out by a railway engineer friend of his. Each camera was operated by a triggering device that was activated when a piece of thread attached to it was jerked, opening and closing the shutter. The thread from each camera shutter was stretched across the racetrack. As the galloping horse passed, it would break the thread, triggering the camera. They even put numbers across the track to process the photographs in the right order. As it turned out, the governor was wrong. All four legs of the horse did leave the ground. But this particular photography session did something far more exciting than just settling a bet at the racetrack. In 1879, Muybridge put paintings of his photographs onto a glass disc, shone a light through it, and then spun the disc. And the horse appeared to move. He called it his zoopraxiscope. Muybridge's zoopraxiscope is the third bit of our jigsaw of invention. You remember the first two were the arc light and Hyatt's billiard ball. It took only one more piece to make up all the pieces necessary for a major invention in the modern world. And here's what caused that fourth piece to happen.